What is up, Cinema 7 podcast listeners? This is Mario B again, here to tell you about this exclusive that we're putting on YouTube. This is two things cut from our Westworld episode that we thought we could put on here and give you a little quick take of me and Chris Hawk arguing about the Venom trailer. Well, it's more of me kind of trolling him because I know how upset he is. Like, Solo just came out, and I haven't seen it yet as of the drop date of this episode, but I, for 2 years, have been de-hyping this movie of how it shouldn't be made, it's unnecessary, I don't even want to watch it, which I'm going to go see it anyway. But Chris Hawk is feeling the same way with Venom because he's a big Spider-Man fan. So I kind of troll him on that, and you can listen to that. And then John, Hawk, and I talk about Walking Dead a little bit. Get a little quick take on our feelings on Walking Dead. If you want to check out other episodes by us, we just did our 100th episode last week. Go check that out. There's a lot of inside jokes, so if you've been listening to us, you'll understand a lot of things. But we're just roasting each other. It's hilarious. I think we're pretty happy with the episode because it's us having fun talking about a lot of our influences and family and friends and our favorite movies and favorite video games. And yeah, and since Solo just came out, like I said, and they just announced Boba Fett and they're thinking about Lando and there's news and rumors on Obi-Wan, go check out our Pitch It or Fix It episode, Star Wars story, where the three of us each pitch our own idea for what they could do for a new Star Wars story movie. And then, we also, if you want to go revisit, we do a Mace Windu Pitch It or Fix It, where we pitch the idea of a Mace Windu themed movie, and we do an Obi-Wan themed movie. And of course, we have other Star Wars themed episodes that you can listen to. So we're big Star Wars fans, so we talk about it as much as we can. Definitely check out that Obi-Wan one. I think it's pretty good. We had pretty good ideas, especially the Star Wars story one. So here's our discussion on the Venom trailer and our discussion of Walking Dead as of late.
Shush. Cinema 7.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, to be honest, but we'll have to see, episode 4.
Yeah.
7 episodes to go, and I don't want this to be a Game of Thrones. I don't want 8 more seasons of just waiting to figure things out, okay?
Yeah, mystery, it's fun and all, but it can only last so long. It doesn't create drama.
Let's not make a Walking Dead here.
Boy.
just to go on that real quick, I really think they should add zombies, like stuff from like Left 4 Dead type of thing, like a different type of zombie, just to mix it up, to make the zombies, to make it about the zombies again, instead of because nobody cares about zombies anymore. It's just the people. And
Are we talking about Walking Dead, or are we talking about Westworld? Is there a zombie world now?
We're talking about Walking Dead right now, all right?
Okay.
Well, yeah, we'll talk about Walking Dead maybe another time.
All I'll say is, do you know where they're going with Walking Dead with the people that dress up like walkers?
No.
It's kind of they're gonna kind of do that, but the show's it's never gonna last.
I think
it has a lot more problems than that.
Yeah. I appreciate the slow, the way they develop characters. I really like how they do that. It's just, the things they involve the characters in doing is boring.
All right, look, I can't let that go. Have you watched the last 2 seasons?
I watched a little bit of both.
So, no, okay, they introduce characters, they build them up, then they kill them off. All they do is reintroduce new characters you don't care about ever because they never do anything of note.
And then they just die.
Yeah, like you might have seen an episode where they tried to build a character, but I guarantee that character is either going to die or does die, and you were supposed to care about them with 2 episodes of backstory. It is awful. Like I've watched everything up to current Walking Dead, and it's just not good. It's not good.
How'd you force yourself to do that, John?
I've kept up with it because my GM watches it, and we talk about it.
Mhm.
And I watch it at this point just to watch it, but it's not worth it. I don't think.
I had to stop on this wagon when every season became who was going to die. And I just don't think that's enough for me to watch a show. That's not enough to build on the show. And it was like the show was treading water. Nothing really happens. They go to a new, place. Something happens. Someone tries to get their place from them. They lose the place because walkers get in. Rinse, wash, repeat. I mean, and who dies at the end of the season finale?
All I'm saying is add different zombies. Make it interesting. Make the characters fear the zombies.
Add dinosaurs.
Add zombie dinosaurs.
Yeah, zombie dinosaurs.
Why aren't the
Sorry.
fossils coming out of the ground?
It's our hot take on Walking Dead. There was a discussion in our group text between 2 individuals. I'm not going to name names, but they may or may not be with me on this podcast. About the new Venom trailer and the new Venom look from the leaked footage before that trailer, I guess. Maybe, I don't know the timing here. But one person is for this Venom, another is against it heavily. And I know what you're thinking. It's Mario hating on the movie. You're wrong. It's Chris Hawk. So let's break it down. What do you guys think about it? Give me the whole thing about the trailer. I'll let whoever feels stronger about it go first. So Chris Hawk.
Well, why would I even want to think about this? It shouldn't even been made a movie, okay? Venom is like one of the worst villains to have his own solo movie because of Spider-Man. It just doesn't make any sense. This movie doesn't make any sense. If it's not from Spider-Man, if the symbiote doesn't come from Spider-Man, which is the reason why Venom has all the powers he has, all the abilities he has, all the hatred and anger for Spider-Man he has, is because the symbiote was on Spider-Man in the first place. If Spider-Man's not in the movie, there's no reason for me to even care about Venom as a character, okay? There's no reason. And we haven't even touched on how terrible the CGI looks in the trailer. How terrible. Terrible.
Chris Hawk going heavy accents here. I don't know how I feel about that.
Terrible.
All right, not a lot of content there. Mario, your rebuttal.
Well, do you want me to be honest, or do you want me to just completely go off on Chris Hawk?
You need to be your honest opinion. That's what we're here for. I want to know the cold, hard facts that spanned 40-something text messages in the group text yesterday when I looked at it.
Okay, well, I'll do a little bit of both. First of all, I'm going to say that the CGI looks great. It looks fantastic, and I'll tell you how realistic it looks. The only thing that probably doesn't look realistic on the Venom itself is the tongue, but everything else looks super detailed in HD. I think it looks great. It looks not photoshopped like the Infinity War stuff. Okay, the Infinity War trailer, everything looks photoshopped. It looks cheap. It looks like it's on a green screen. It looks like...
Talk about Infinity War. We're talking about Venom.
Okay, well, I'm comparing. So I think that the CGI looks fantastic so far. The only thing that bugs me, though, as I bring it down for a second, is when the Venom symbiote stuff shoots out of his back in his arms. Why doesn't it rip his clothes?
Because his clothes are part of the symbiote.
The symbiote it chooses his outfit every day. The symbiote is actually the clothes.
Right.
That was the only parts that really bugged me about the trailer. Was I thought when the symbiote Venom stuff came out of his arms or his back or swung him back onto the motorcycle, it looked really corny. But other than that, this movie looks like it's going to be great. And the CGI looks fantastic. I think Chris Hawk, this movie is meant to be fun. This movie's meant to be exciting. Okay, it's meant to, do something different. Why can't a villain have his own movie. Okay, you're just
not a-
being
he's not a
salty.
villain.
You're just
He's
being
not a
salty.
villain. He's
This
not a
movie, I think
villain.
this movie's gonna be exciting. This movie's gonna be fun.
He's an anti-hero in this movie. He's not a villain.
Look,
The tagline says it directly: "Embrace your inner anti-hero."
Well, isn't an anti-hero basically a villain because
No,
they're
it's an
not a
anti-
hero? They're an anti-hero.
Not a
They're
villain.
anti-hero,
Not a villain. Not a villain.
but they're on their
Well,
way. They're almost there.
There's
You
a
can't
very
tell me.
There's a
You
very
can't-
skewed perspective on what a villain is if we're talking about superhero movies. Because some villains are barely villains. Let's be honest.
You can't tell me that trailer wasn't riddled with cliche lines, terrible dialogue.
What cliche lines?
Terrible. You work for the bad guy. This is all the lines in that trailer were cliche. Just things
Well,
I've heard before. How
Does
can you
Eddie
say
Brock
stuff-
think he's a bad guy in Spider-Man? Does he think he's the bad guy? No, he doesn't.
But there's no Spider-Man. So what does it even matter?
So, are you telling me that the Venom comic itself, his solo comic, is pointless too? Like that sucks as well? Because there's no
I don't care
Spider-Man?
about that. I don't care about Venom unless Spider-Man's included.
Well, I'll tell you what. It looks like they're following the Venom comic, okay, where it's that corporation that he's against, and they're using the symbiotes to make a team of symbiote people, and maybe Carnage is going to come into play. I think this could be exciting. We don't know yet, okay? We don't know until we sit our
movie
butts in the
just doesn't need to be-
seats
It doesn't need to be made.
and see the
It
movie.
doesn't need to be made. He could easily be in Homecoming 2, and it would be. I think the MCU would do it fine.
I just realized what Venom reminds me of. I've been trying to think of it this whole time. It just hit me. Have you guys played the newest Resident Evil Biohazard? There's those black beast things with teeth. That's what he looks like.
Oh wow, yeah, I can see that.
He totally looks like one of those. I've been looking at him for so long, and I'm like, what is this guy? Personally, I don't think he looks bad. I think he looks almost grotesque horror-esque. And I told Mario today, I said, look, that scene where he picks up that guy, if he doesn't rip him in half and it's hard R, this movie's gonna suck.
He's got to eat him. That's what's going to happen.
He needs
got
to
eat him.
do it. They need to take it seriously. That's the only thing I'm scared of. I think he looks great if that's the tone of the movie they're going to take, where he's almost like this horror beast. But at the same time, I don't think you need Spider-Man if that's what they're going to do, a story without him. But if they're just going to give us some sort of plot where we just have to accept that he has Spider-Man-like abilities, then I don't think we can. But if they explain it in such a way where the symbiote adapted something else, then I can believe it's believable. But I'm just worried they're not going to do that because of Sony's need to be different at this point. That's what I'm worried about.
It's just ridiculous.
I think it's going to be true to the Venom solo comic series.
You don't even care about Venom.
Hey, I care about Venom, okay? PlayStation 1 Spider-Man game,
Only care about
when
him
you have
so
to
much
chase
now
him,
because
he
I
was
am hating on
ridiculous.
it.
Ultimate Spider-Man, when you fight Venom, that was one of the coolest fights in that game.
Well, the co-creator of Venom, Todd McFarlane, when they first announced this movie, I mean, he was right there saying, what are they going to do? If we're talking Venom, true Venom is that, dark, gritty, murderer. So, I mean, I feel like they're going to half-ass it. Just personally. That's
what
just
I'm
how
saying.
I feel.
Venom, he goes through stages. He starts off as villain, then he goes anti-hero, and then he goes to legit mercenary. There's a stages, and it's all growth because some of them are with different characters and some of them are with not. And it starts off as villain, because of Secret War. Spider-Man gets the suit, brings it to Earth. It latches off of him, goes to Eddie Brock. Boom, instant villain. You have all that twofold tension between the two, and that's not there anymore. It's just instantly starting off at almost villain, but really I'm just an anti-hero looking out for number one. Is
your biggest problem with this movie the trailer, or is it because it's not following the Venom plot? Because it sounds to me
shouldn't be paid. It shouldn't.
It sounds to me your problem is the same exact thing we harped on Mario for with Solo, and the fact that it shouldn't be made, and you're not judging the movie based on what it is
I have
going to be.
no idea what you're talking about.
Chris Hawk. What if this movie has a therm scissor punch in it? Okay, you're gonna be excited.
Different universe, man.
Well, I'm not saying that a therm scissor punch is gonna show up in Venom, a giant lobster man.
I already know who my therm scissor punch is. It's gonna be Woody Harrelson as Carnage. I can already sense it. I'm gonna love the movie because of Carnage, not Venom.
Did we see any of him in the trailer?
No,
I think so.
I think they saw other people who were. I think that's how he gets the symbiote, is because they're testing it on other people, which
My
makes me
only
think he's
concern-
going to fight the team. I think it looks like, and it seems like from everything I've seen and everything I looked up, it's following the Venom solo comic. Now, there's fans who love that solo run of Venom. So if it does right by them, then we can still, if we don't enjoy it, we could just not enjoy it. It's probably for them.
If this movie does bad, then we're not going to see Venom in the MCU for a while, and I don't want that to happen.
I don't think Venom will ever show up in the MCU.
I guarantee if Spider-Man
No.
stays along with MCU, they're gonna have to. They're gonna have to bring out the.
I think they're going to work around it. That's why Sony's doing this.
I tend to agree with that. I think Venom is too dark of a villain for Marvel to take a shot at it.
I think Black Suit Spider-Man is just too cash gold to not pass up. It's just a wonderful suit.
But
And
do you
I
think with Marvel's need to be family oriented that they can do Black Spider-Man justice?
You know, if they did the
Because I don't think they could do something that dark.
Do you think if they do symbiote Spider-Man, that there's going to be bad taste in people's mouth from Spider-Man 3 still, that they'll be down on it from the get-go?
So.
I don't think that's really there. No, I think if Marvel touches it, people will instantly love it. But I do worry about their ability to do a dark plot. I mean, look at Star Wars and them, signing the guys that do Game of Thrones to do a movie. People are worried about that they're going to do something, dark or R, and that not fit in Star Wars.
I mean, you can kill people in PG-13 and make it still seem dark. There are ways.
I just don't see it. I don't see that.
I was going to add something else, but I forgot what I was going to add. I think it had something to do with the Street Shark. Because Chris Hawk sent this picture to the group text of Venom with a hat on, and saying he looks like the killer whale Street Shark. Look, do you think every incarnation of Venom, every version of Venom looks like that Street Shark then? With a red hat on?
Of course I do.
So you don't like Venom?
I never said that.
So do you not like it because
Venom's just my least favorite Spider-Man character. One of my least favorite. I wasn't impressed with the trailer. Wasn't impressed with that CGI forming. Just wasn't impressed at all.
Well, I'd just like to point out that killer whale Street Shark's name was Moby Lick. I just want to throw it out there.
That's a good ending. That's a good ending.
Yeah, I think we can leave it there. As we get more of this, you will obviously hear more of this conversation, because I don't think Chris Hawk's opinion is going to change, and that's what we love.
He would love it if Marvel did it, though. He's just mad because Marvel's not making it.
It's not part of the MCU. If it was part of the MCU, I'd be all for it. Because it involves Spider-Man. That'd be the only way they do it.
Look, we're done. All right, we're done with this.
Hope you guys enjoyed our little takes on the Venom trailer or teaser, whatever it is, and us talking about a little bit about how maybe Walking Dead could get better, or what their issue is. If you want to hear more from Cinema 7, we're on all major podcast platforms, so that's SoundCloud, Google Play, the Google Play Music app. We're on iTunes, aka Apple Podcasts. the app on if you have Apple devices, and we're on Stitcher as well. We're on some other low-key things like Last.fm. We're on Listen Notes too. You can listen to us on there. You can also support us on Patreon. You can support us there and donate and be a patron. And John will list you off on every podcast if you become a patron. And you can look us up on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Vero, True Social. We're on there as well. So look us up, connect with us, and you can also, if you become a Patreon, you can be a part of this exclusive content where we interview you, ask you for a quick take, or your grade on a movie, or we'll have you review a video game for us, and we'll post it on our YouTube. So definitely check us out more, and hope you guys have a pleasant day, evening, whatever it is. Chris Hawk, take it away with the classic Cinema 7 send-off.
So, at Cinema 7, we want to thank you always for watching with us. We want to thank you for listening with us. And we want to thank you for exploring with us.
Podcast.